وحرام على قرية أهلكناها أنهم لا يرجعون. A qaryah, and Allah destroyed it. And we know that before the end, Allah is going to destroy all. وَإِن مِّن قَرْيَةٍ, not a single one will escape. وَإِن مِّن قَرْيَةٍ إِلَّا نَحْنُ مُهْلِكُوهَا قبل يوم القيامة أو معذبوها عذابا شديدا وكان ذلك في الكتاب مسطورا. سورة Isra, otherwise known as Surah Bani Israel. Every single town and city will be destroyed, and those who escape destruction will be inflicted with terrible punishment. But this is a subject that is mastur. There's a cover over it. When Allah lifts the cover, then you see that. وَحَرَامٌ عَلَى قَرْيَةٍ أَهْلَكْنَاهَا. This is a town or a city, and Allah destroyed it. And having destroyed it, the people were expelled. أَنَّهُمْ لَا يَرْجِعُونَ. And then He put a ban on them that they can never return to this town or city to reclaim it as their own. Hatta, until when? إِذَا فُتِحَتْ يَأْجُوجُ وَمَأْجُوجُ, until Gog and Magog are released by Allah. وَهُمْ مِنْ كُلِّ حَدَبٍ يَنْسِلُونَ, and they descend from every height, or they spread out in every direction. Both the meanings are admissible. Which town? Which city is it? You will go to the Qur'an, it will not tell you. You've got homework to do. You'll go to the Prophet ﷺ, he will not tell you. You've got homework to do. But when you take the totality of the data in the Qur'an on this subject of the signs of the last day, because Gog and Magog is here, and you ask which town is it, then there's only one answer to the question. It has to be Jerusalem. That the city of Jerusalem was destroyed, and Banu Israel were expelled, the state of Israel was destroyed, and for 2,000 years they could not return. No, they could not return. Allah put a ban on them. But when he was drowning underneath the water, then he realized that he wasn't God. You know, previously he said, Ana Rabbukum al-A'la, I am the Lord Most High. But when he was drowning underneath the water, he said, oh my gosh, I'm not God. I am not God. So then he declared his faith in the God of Banu Israel. So Allah said, Al-An, now Fir'aun, وَقَدْ عَصَيْتَ قَبْلَ, and before this you were in obstinate rejection, وَكُنَّ مِنَ الْمُفْسِدِينَ, and you were committing fasad. فَالْيَوْمَ نُنَجِّيكَ بِبَدَنِكَ. This day we have decided, we have ordained to preserve your physical body. لِتَكُونَ لِمَنْ خَلْفَكَ آيَةً. So that your physical body, when it is rediscovered, when it resurfaces in the historical process, will be an ayah, a sign. for a people to come after you. A people who live the way you lived and who will die the way you died. At the last moment, when it's too late, then they will say, now we believe. And they'll die like that, the way he died, and go into the hellfire. وَإِنَّ كَثِيرًا مِنَ النَّاسِ عَنْ آيَاتِنَا لَغَافِلُونَ. But most people are too busy. Too busy to bother about my signs unfolding in the world. The body of Fir'aun was discovered at the end of the 19th century. The Zionist movement was established at precisely that moment. And so now the people of the town are going to be brought back. فَإِذَا جَاءَ وَعْدُ الْآخِرَةِ جِئْنَا بِكُمْ لَفِيفًا. And there's a divine hand in this. It's not acting by accident. And so they come back after 2,000 years. Who is bringing them back? If you can see who are bringing them back, you can identify Gog and Magog. Yeah. And if you want to know the origins of Gog and Magog, because they're constantly expanding, because they're spreading out, okay, in all directions. So the original Gog and Magog would be small in number, but eventually you're going to have Pakistani Gog and Magog. You're going to have Japanese Gog and Magog. You're going to have Chinese Gog and Magog, okay? But the original Gog and Magog are the ones where the center of power is located. This is only the periphery. Islamabad is the periphery. Here is the center. Where is the center? We say that it is Gog and Magog who attack Christian European civilization, which was Christendom, and transformed it into godless modern Western civilization. We say this is the civilization of Gog and Magog. And it is this civilization which now possesses a power which cannot be rivaled. It is this civilization which uses military power to attack, as Ambassador Adlan Rose was speaking about, the period of military conquest of the rest of the world, and then the colonization of the rest of the world, and then the decolonization. They are the ones who brought back Banu Israel to the town to reclaim it as their own. And so there is Gog and Magog. But originally, you have to look at the Caucasus Mountains. And when we do that, we find that it is the Khazar, K-H-A-Z-A-R, who converted to Judaism shortly after the time of the Prophet ﷺ. And so now you have a curious creature. They don't like me for this. A curious creature emerges in history who is not Semitic. He is most certainly not a cousin of the Arabs. He is European. But he's also a Jew. Oh? Can you have such a thing as a European Jew? I thought they were from the seed of Ibrahim alayhi salam through Ishaq alayhi salam. I thought they were Banu Israel. Not only is the European Jew something unique amongst Jews, but if you do a genetic test on him, you see the evidence staring at you that he is genetically unique in the world. No other people are like him, the European Jew. And so we have identified for you that the Khazar, who are the original, have become Jews. And some of them also became Christians. And I believe some of them also became Muslims. So let me speak softly. The end of it all is that they're going to have a grand, mighty clash. clash between Gog and Magog. And Allah speaks of it. وَتَرَكْنَا بَعْضَهُمْ يَوْمَئِذٍ يَمُوجُ فِي بَعْضٍ. يَمُوجُ فِي بَعْضٍ. Like waves crashing against each other. It can also mean merging with each other, which explains globalization around the world today, one global society. But the other meaning is the one I want to concentrate on now. The clash that will take place. You have my book somewhere around there, An Islamic View of Gog and Magog in the Modern World. There is this mighty clash that is going to take place. I don't want to spoil your tea, but when we examine to identify them today, there is no question but Magog is Russia and the alliance with Russia. And therefore Gog will have to be the Anglo-American-Israeli alliance. And when they clash, it's not going to be with bows and arrows, or not. It's going to be nuclear weapons and not thermonuclear weapons, and only those can produce dukhan. And most of mankind are going to die. But I don't think the heavens will be weeping for most of them. Because they have eyes and yet they don't see. They have ears and yet they don't hear. They have hearts and yet they don't understand. The Qur'an is in the world, but they don't read the Qur'an and study it. So they're just like cattle. أُولَٰئِكَ كَالْأَنْعَامِ. Most of mankind are going to die when this clash takes place. After that, self-destruction, mutual self-destruction. The state of Israel will be defenseless. And then comes the army from Khurasan. And it's not a Muslim army that will destroy Israel, because Israel will already be broken. At that time, said the Prophet ﷺ, لَتُقَاتِلُنَّ الْيَهُودِ, Sahih Bukhari. لَتُقَاتِلُنَّ الْيَهُودِ, you're going to fight them, the Jews. وَلَتَقْتُلُنَّهُمْ, and you will kill them, you will defeat them. Not all Jews. No, don't take a hadith in isolation. When you go to the totality of the Qur'an, you'll find if there are Jews who stand with you and condemn Israel, there are such Jews. They're there in Brooklyn. They support the oppressed. How can you say that these are Jews who are referred to in this hadith? So not all Jews. لَتُقَاتِلُنَّ الْيَهُودِ وَلَتَقْتُلُنَّهُمْ حَتَّى يَقُولُ حَجَّ. At that time the stones will speak. Ya Muslim, هَذَا يَهُودِيٌّ وَرَائِي فَتَعَالَ فَقْتُلْ. They're going to be on the run. So this is not a confrontation, a military confrontation where we will then destroy Israel, because they're going to be on the run. They're going to be hiding behind trees and stones. So the breaking of the power of Israel will take place with the Gog and Magog clash. It is after this. No, I left out something before that. After Dajjal is killed, which is our next lecture, then Gog and Magog, the clash will take place. They will surround Nabi Isa alayhi salam in Bayt al-Maqdis. Let's say we've killed all those who are on earth, now let's kill all those who are in the heavens above. So they're going to be military warfare above. Space. It's called Star Wars. And then Nabi Isa alayhi salam will pray to Allah. And he will destroy Gog and Magog. And something will attack them at the back of the neck, the top of the spine. We have some medical doctors here, so you got homework to do now. And they fall down paralyzed. Could be that the immune system was devastated, and the smallest, tiniest attack could cause you to be paralyzed. And they die, and by next morning their bodies are rotting. And Allah will then send prehistoric birds with huge necks and pick up these bodies and have them disposed where Allah will have them disposed. This is the end of Gog and Magog. But after that comes the destruction, the finishing off of the state of Israel, and then the Khilafah is restored in Jerusalem. the truth triumphs over falsehood, and justice triumphs over injustice and oppression. I'm sorry that I had to race with this. I normally don't race like this. But we wanted to finish in 1 hour, we finished in 1 hour and 5 minutes, so you can have your tea now. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين آمين.